Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.
Hey, Shalom Israel. This is the Wednesday night biblical law class. And we are the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. If it's not under Commanding General Yohana, it is not the truth. We've been bringing this out since 1969, that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? Right. And we're gonna get into a topic tonight. You see what I'm saying? That affects that affects and plagues our people, and keeps us in the conditions that we're in. You see what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to anything that you're doing, anything in life that's worth something, it's going to require some form of discipline. It's going to require us to have some kind of discipline, some kind of discernment. It's going to require integrity. You see what I'm saying? When we start looking at lust, lust is nothing but serving your flesh. Right. And this is the spirit that gets a lot of us in trouble, that gets a lot of us unalive, and also get us put in compromised positions. And we're going to get into that tonight. If I could, let me get the definition of lust according to the Bible.
Lust, according to the Bible, is defined as an intense, selfish, or uncontrolled craving, often for things forbidden and contrary to God's will.
It's an intense, selfish, or uncontrolled craving, often for things forbidden or contrary to God's will. Now, a lot of people only attribute that to sexual things.
Right.
Sexual things has a big part to play in when you start talking about lust. But like we just read, it's an uncontrolled craving, often for things forbidden or contrary to the Most High's will, man. That's what that lust is, man. And we're gonna see that in the scriptures. Let me get 1 Timothy chapter 6 and 9, Bubba Kasha. You read it when you got it.
1 Timothy 2 and 9.
6 and 9.
Sir. First Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
They say, but they that will be rich fall into temptation. A lot of our people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because of the oppression that we've suffered for so long, that desire to be rich is living in us.
Right.
When I say rich, I mean living beyond your means.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like, we understand you got to make money to live and things like that, take care of your bills and all that, your family. But we talking about, we have a desire to be rich. You understand? That desire to be rich. That desire to be rich. They say you're going to fall into temptation, man.
Right.
What is that temptation? What is the temptation that you fall into?
Like, sir, is it basically doing whatever for money?
God. It's not only money, it's doing whatever you got to do for money, whether it's a position that you want, whether it's fame, whether it's status. You see what I'm saying? That lust to be rich will have you fall into temptation. You understand? If you look at what's going on with these Epstein files, how Jay-Z and Pusha T,
right?
You see what I'm saying? How they pretty much how their name was brought up and the things that they were doing. You see what I'm saying? It was the report that came out that the girl said she was kidnapped. Say she was kidnapped, and when she woke up, she seen Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein had his finger in her, Salaga, and Jay-Z was there as well.
Right.
What is Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein doing together? What is Pusha T doing there? You feel me?
Right.
You understand? Like, you got to realize that desire to be rich will have you falling into temptations. You understand? Keep going.
Come. And a snare.
And they snare. A lot of people don't realize that music industry. You understand? A lot of brothers want to get into that music industry and think because you got talent,
Right.
that's all it requires.
Right.
No, that desire for you to be rich, and you think that your talent is the only thing that you gotta. You think that your talent is the only thing that you gotta put on for. That's the only show you gotta have. You gotta have talent, whether it's writing, whether it's rapping, whether it's singing. You think that that's going to be the thing that gets you put on, right? That's the temptation, and that's the snare. You understand? That snare is pretty much like that's the trap you get put in.
Right.
Like if you look at the music industry, the stories that you hear coming from the music industry is a lot of brothers getting raped. You understand? A lot of people seeing that Diddy documentary.
Right.
And you see the things that go on for you to want to be famous. The snare you get put in, the compromising positions that you get put in.
Right.
You understand? And if you got a desire, if you got a lust for riches, that temptation is going to lead you right into that trap, man.
Right.
You understand? That's what we got to understand. Now we talking with millionaires and billionaires, but how does that temptation, that snare, how does that affect the day-to-day person? You feel me?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? How does it affect that the day-to-day person who may not have the millions and the billions? Here's the thing. That temptation and that snare applies to all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We understand that these other nations, they got their desires and they got their culture. The things that they do is absolutely disgusting. But because we want to be a part of their world, we start to compromise certain things about ourselves, man. And at the end of the day, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you can't wake up in the morning and look yourself in the face because of the things you did the night before, you understand? You have been captured by that snare. That temptation got the best of you. Keep going.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts. You understand? Many foolish and hurtful lusts. What is that saying? That temptation that we have to be rich. You understand? That trap that they put out there for us. That trap leads us into foolish and hurtful lusts. What is those foolish and hurtful lusts?
It's like having to live with a certain thing you had to do.
God.
You know what I'm saying? And like not be able to get it back. Once you do it, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
God. Listen, Cat Williams said on Shannon Sharp show, and he said, you got to tell Diddy no.
Right.
He said, you got to tell him no. He said he want certain body parts.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They say that snare is going to get you, you're going to fall into many foolish and hurtful lusts. That's why in order to be righteous, man, in order to be righteous, you have to have a sense of integrity.
Right.
You have to have a sense of integrity about yourself to the point where as though you're not willing to compromise yourself just for fame, just for riches. You understand? Because once a person know that you can that you're willing to do whatever for $1, you ain't nothing but a high class hoe at that point. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? If I know if they know that all they got to do is throw a couple of dollars at you and you willing to do anything for it, I mean, that's what you become.
Right.
You become a prostitute and then you're a pimp. Go ahead.
Like, so it's just like on the internet, right? They'll have like little Facebook posts and stuff like, yo, if somebody for $1 million would you allow this person to do so and so and so and so. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like, man, for $1 million, for $100,000, I do. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's building up to like, I accept this for some money.
Yeah,
I accept this.
Once you compromise yourself for money, it ain't no end to that game. You can't look at yourself in the mirror. Then you start to accept the fact that you know what I mean? Right. That's why you hear so many celebrities and so many artists chase the money.
Right.
The money has to the money is the end all be all because you didn't sacrifice
Right.
and you didn't compromise yourself to the point where as though you have nothing else that you can stand on. So all you can stand on is your riches, is your money. You see what I'm saying? That's the lust, man, the temptation, and that's how you get caught up in that snare. You see what I'm saying? You got brothers out here and sisters. They get high all day long.
Right.
They get high all day long because of the things that they got to live with, man.
Right.
The things that they've done, the acts that they've committed for money. Then now that the money is gone, the money that been spent already.
Right.
But you still gotta live with that thing that you did.
Right.
You understand? That's what we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we gotta come out of that lifestyle, man. That's not our culture.
Right.
Our culture is not being just lust driven, full of unrighteous desire. You understand? As Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, we got a code of conduct, a moral. We have certain morals that we have to stand on, man.
Right.
Because if we don't stand on certain principles and we don't stand on certain laws, we're no different from the other nations out here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Keep going with that.
Guns, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
It say which drown men in destruction and perdition. You understand? You got strong men out here. That once they compromise themselves out, they are weak and fleeing. You see what I'm saying? Destroyed. You see what I'm saying? Like I remember the brother, what's the brother? Terry Crews. He talked about how he was, SA'd at some kind of Hollywood party in front of his wife.
Right.
In front of his wife. You see what I'm saying? Next thing you know, he playing Craig in Friday at the Next.
Right.
Chasing a man because he just got out of prison.
Right.
Like, we don't understand how that lust and that temptation to be rich, how it causes us to compromise our morals, man. Keep going.
Come. Verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
See, this is what people don't always say. People, you done heard this. We done heard this our whole life.
Right.
Money is the root of all evil. That's not true.
Right.
Read that again.
Come. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
And say, for the love of money is the root of all evil, man. Some people love money so much that they're willing to compromise everything about themselves, man. And not only are they willing to compromise themselves, guess who else they willing to compromise? Their children.
Right.
They willing to compromise their spouse. They willing to compromise everybody around them to get to that financial status that they think they're going to be good with. You see what I'm saying? But the problem with it is you love money so much that when you reach that plateau that you thought you was going to be good at, you can't stop there.
Right.
You can't stop there because now you introduced to another. It's like another tier of being the devil.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You didn't kick this door down. Now there's another door you got to go in.
Right.
And in order to get in this door, you got to do something strange for some change.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And guess what? They doing it. They're doing it. Keep going.
Like, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Here's the thing, like, when it comes to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, we have to be the people that has a sense of integrity. We have to be the people to hold down the fort, man. You understand? Like, when people look at us, they can't see the Christian church.
Right.
They can't see the Christian church because the Christian church this is a prime example of the Christian church right here.
Right.
Just full of lust and unrighteous desire.
Right.
To fulfill their flesh, man. Go ahead.
That's heavy, right? Because growing up, we all knew, the alternate lifestyle was wrong from the scriptures, right?
God.
And I say, like, some churches didn't stand on, even though you could see it, like in the choir and stuff like that. But now it's like we accept it for real. Like, it's not even no shame in the game. They just gave to the Grammy to the alternate lifestyle group. You know what I'm saying? So it's ridiculous now. You know what I'm saying? So even though it's always been in there, they try to at least try to attempt to hide it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because here's the thing. If you say something about that lifestyle, what happens? You get what?
Right. You get boycotted, fined, all
You get
that.
canceled.
Con.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, your bottom line gets affected. Your money gets affected. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is why this what we reading is a prime example of the Christian church, man.
Right.
Full of lust.
Right.
You understand? Full of unnatural and unrighteous desires. Read that definition for me one more time, if you could, Dr. Bishop.
God.
Yeah.
An intense, selfish, or uncontrolled craving, often for things forbidden, on contrary to God's will.
Listen, it's an intense, selfish, uncontrolled craving.
Right.
That means it's like you will stop at no bounds to get this thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Whether it's sexual things, whether it's financial things, you will stop at no bounds. And it don't matter how far you got to go
Right.
to get these things. It's intense and it's selfish. You're going to be the one to benefit from it, not no one else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like you got brothers making $100, $200 million talking about they got to feed their family. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Your family is fed up.
Con.
You see what I'm saying? But it's that unnatural, it's that selfish, uncontrolled craving or things forbidden from the by the Most High. People have a lust for that, man. And this is why the Christian church is so disgusting.
Right.
You understand? Because there is no discipline there. If you want it, you got to get it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, if the alternative lifestyle, they come in there and they spending money, all of a sudden, God's law don't apply to them.
Con.
You understand? Maybe we need to put them in some powerful positions. That's what happens in the Christian church, man.
Right.
That's that temptation. That's that snare. Next thing we know, we can't speak on no issues now.
Right.
When you when you compromise yourself, when you lack integrity, when you do things that you know you can't even look yourself in the mirror the next day,
Right.
how can you ever speak on the issue?
Right.
How can you ever stand up for people? You see what I'm saying? When you are the weak one you pretty much, the people that you should be standing up for, they stronger than you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Now I want to say, listening to you, right, on a spectrum of like a man and a woman, like for a man to struggle with that,
Come.
like that's diabolical to that destroys the whole world. Like that destroys your neighborhood and your community.
Come.
And for a sister to struggle with that, which a lot of them, you know, they struggle with it more because they're a weaker vessel, that destroys your house,
Come.
your friendship, your family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of the anxiety and depression, well, mainly with women, depression come from, because you can't control your lust. You compromising for the things that you want.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so on a spectrum, you know, I just wanted to bring that out because it's like for a man to struggle with it, like you see the effects in the neighborhood, and not mostly directly with him, but in the neighborhood and all around him in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But when sisters struggle with it, you see those effects directly in like their life, like their relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's best for sisters and men. And it's more for men, it's more you know, the ramifications for a man struggling with it are bigger. You know what I'm saying? But it's very important for like sisters to pay attention to, and like you want to know why some stuff messing up in your life,
Right.
it's because you compromising with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Listen, and what Officer Courage just brought out is really heavy, because here's the thing. First of all, if you ain't in this truth, man, and you ain't learning how to fight your flesh, if you ain't learning how to fight demons, you see what I'm saying? There is no discipline that you can obtain
Right.
that's going to stop you from doing what you want to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Anything that you want to get done, whether it's right or wrong, there's nothing that's going to stop you from doing it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Brother and sister. You see what I'm saying? Like if you look in our communities, right? How would it look for a brother not to lay with another brother's woman?
Right.
He ain't even got no one, but just because of the fact that he know this sister got a man, I ain't got no one.
Right.
So because she got a man, I ain't gonna touch her.
Right.
I ain't even gonna say nothing to her. You see what I'm saying? Just imagine that discipline in our community, which we lack. Imagine that sister knowing that she got a man, and just because he don't make a certain amount of money, or just because he ain't got a higher education than her, or just because he ain't what they consider a high value man. Imagine if that sister stayed with that man, fought with that man, tried to make that man elevate. You see what I'm saying? Imagine what that would look like.
Right.
Here's the thing. The lust, that selfish lust, that's what destroys. That's what destroys, you understand? Because all it is serving your flesh.
Right.
All it is you need something to make you feel good about you. To where as though you will compromise everything about yourself, everything about your family, to obtain what you feel like you need. Go ahead, you had something?
No, when you said imagine that, right? It would be more. You know how back in the day when you see kids, it was just a neighborhood just had hella kids playing outside. That's what it would look like. Like people wouldn't be afraid to let their kids be outside because it would be less shootings. Because brothers wouldn't be sleeping with other brothers' women. You know what I'm saying? It would be more men in the neighborhood. So, you know, children would act more accordingly, and there would be more protection and comfortability in the neighborhood if women didn't leave their man and kick him out. You know what I'm saying? So the neighborhood would look more alive, lively, and sisters would have longer friendships. And companions and sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? If just that alone, not sleeping with another man.
I'm gonna tell you this. Most sisters can't keep a friend. You see what I'm saying? Most sisters can't keep a friend because here's the thing. If you're not grounded in this truth, and when I say grounded, meaning like you can listen to us, you can see us. But when I say grounded in the truth, meaning what you hear, you actually listen to, and you actually do. Listen, you're not trying to be the main character of your story all the time. You see what I'm saying? Everything ain't always going to be about you. You see what I'm saying? And if you look at sisters in the world, that's what it always boils down to. Selfishness. It boils down to selfishness. It boils down to I'm better than her. She ain't on my level. I'm a bad, you know what? You see what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. But that comes from the principle of them feeling like they can do certain things, whether it's right or wrong, and not be held accountable for it. You see what I'm saying? Because their lust means everything to them.
Right.
When a sister wants something, when a brother wants something, you could talk to them till they blue in the face. You can bring precepts out. You can provide examples. None of it matters. You see what I'm saying? They will find some kind of wiggle room out of what you're saying just to fulfill that lust, man. And that's where the snag gets them. Because you compromise yourself in this situation. You compromise yourself for that job. What you was doing going out with the boss all them nights. You got a man, you telling your man that you working overtime, but you chilling with the boss, you feel? You see what I'm saying? You compromise yourself. You can never speak on the issue now. You got to shut your mouth. You understand? Like this what happened to our black leaders, man, who the Lord called dumb dugs. They can't even bark.
Right.
Meaning like you can't speak on the topic because you already been sold.
Right.
I mean, you didn't compromise already. And this is why lust is like we keep going back to, lust is serving your flesh. You feel me?
Right.
You worried about you. You're not worried about what's going to happen to your brother. You're not worried about what's going to happen to you. So you damn near ain't even worried about what's going to happen to your kids.
Right.
When a sister can get mad at a brother and kick him out for little to nothing, you don't give a damn about your kids the way you think you do. Now them kids become a pawn in your Ponzi scheme and your gaming. You see what I'm saying? Where was we at?
Verse 11, sir.
No, drop that. Let me get 1 John 2:16.
Come. 1 John 2:16.
2:16, come on, 1 John.
1 John chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Yeah, it say for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, man, but is of this world. The Most High don't want us lusting for the things in this world, man.
Right.
You understand? Like, of course, you got to go out there, you got to slave, you got to make money and stuff like that. You feel me? But when you start to lust and you start to love money, that money replaces and that replaces the Most High, and that money becomes your God.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That money becomes your God, and you do everything to be loyal to it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't make the money start to make you. You understand? Like when the Lord say, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes, you understand, the pride of life, none of those things are of the Father, man.
Right.
Like if you look at a woman, like a lot of people don't understand, like as a man, when you look at a woman, you can look at a woman and acknowledge her beauty. You see what I'm saying? But when you start looking at that woman and you start visualizing yourself doing certain things with her, you know what I'm saying, being a certain way with her, you're lusting out.
Right.
You are lusting. You see what I'm saying? Like we got to realize that, because we don't realize that we a lot of times we don't think nothing's wrong with that. But the Lord is saying, listen, in the lust of the eyes, in the pride of life, man, in the pride of life, that's not of the Father, man, but is of this world. Who does this sound like, though? Just naturally. You know, anything that they see they want, they got to take it. You see what I'm saying? Like anything that's good, whether it's theirs or not, they got to go take it.
The devil's white.
Yeah, so-called white man. That's why I say it's not of the Father, but is of this world. Who's ruling this world? Go ahead.
It sounds like Trump. And when you ask who's ruling this world,
Yeah.
the white man. And
Whatever
Trump,
I want, I'm gonna go take.
Greenland.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The pride of life.
God.
You see what I'm saying? The lust of the eyes. Okay, I see green on there. I see that. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I gotta go take that. You see what I'm saying? That's not the spirit of the Father, man.
Right.
You know, if for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, like we cannot become them. You see what I'm saying? Like we got to know what's at hand right now. Like our kingdom is on the brink.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? For blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you may not believe it, but we are on the brink of our kingdom being here and us ruling this earth, man. You mean to tell me we're gonna give that up for something of theirs?
Right.
We're gonna give that up for something of theirs, man. We're gonna give that up to act like them. We're gonna give that up to be like them, to talk like them, to walk like them. You understand? Like it ain't worth it, man. It's not worth it. Try that. Let me get Galatians 5:16, Bubba Kishore.
Come. Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
It say, this I say then, walk in the spirit. What does it mean to walk in the spirit, man? Good.
Like it says it basically walking in the law, statutes, and commandments.
All right. That's walking in the spirit of the Lord, man. And they say walking in the spirit, walking in the essence of the Most High, man. You understand? Like you in a situation that and it's been presented to you. But in order for you to obtain this, you got to do something that's going to make you compromise the laws of the Most High, man.
Right.
What you going to do? What you going to do? You see what I'm saying? You going to say, man, this ain't that big.
Right.
I mean, it's one time thing. I ain't like I'm doing it all the time. You feel me? But I can get this bread real quick. I mean, everything gonna be good. I can take care of my bills for a couple months. You feel me? All I gotta do is sell this pack right here. You see what I'm saying? All I gotta do is take this trip real quick. Ain't nobody gonna know. I ain't hurting nobody.
Right.
You see how you compromise? It's a This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. The lust of the flesh is just that. You want to get rich. You want to get rich quick. You feel me? You want his shorty.
Right.
You want his shorty and leave her where she's standing. That's the lust of the flesh, man. But when you walking in the spirit, you see that woman, and she may be attractive to you. You walking in the flesh, you're gonna go and you're gonna deal with her, and you're gonna leave her where she's at. But when you walking in the spirit, you're gonna say, you know what? That's this thing for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's this thing in the school. She don't need she ain't talking right. You see what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, let her come into the school, man. Let her earn her name. Let her shake them demons off of her before you approach her. That's walking in the spirit, man. Walking in the spirit is if you get a sister, instead of treating her like a whore. I mean, that's your rib now. Take care of her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's your property. That's your responsibility now. That's walking in the spirit. Walking in the flesh is saying, listen, I'm gonna hit up real quick, you feel me? But that's all a relationship it is for us, you feel me? Man, when you walking in the spirit, everything is a decision. It's really not a decision because you already know what the Most High, what he requires of you. But when I say it's a decision, meaning you know the way that you should walk.
Right.
You're gonna make a decision whether you're gonna want to walk the wrong way or not.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, shorty outside. I mean, she say she got a brother, she got a friend. It's complicated. The first thing that pops into your head is, nah, let me leave shorty alone. But then you start looking at her like, damn, shorty got this, that, and the third. You feel me? That's where the lust comes in. That's where the self-gratification, the selfishness comes in. The flesh kicks in. If you walking in the spirit, man, you can walk away from that. But if you ain't conquered, man, if you ain't keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go entertain that. You're gonna go entertain that, you feel me? And there's consequences for it. Any more on that?
Last for 16, or 17.
Go ahead, keep going.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit. I mean, that the flesh, it battles against the spirit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know you shouldn't be doing something, and there's something pulling you to do it. You feel me? But then it's like, damn, I know the Lord don't want me to do this. The Lord wouldn't be pleased with this, man. If I do this, I can't face my captain or my generals. You see what I'm saying? They say the flesh lusteth against the spirit. Keep going.
And the spirit against the flesh.
And the spirit against the flesh. Come on now, you know better than this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, you ever see them cartoons where you got the angel and the demon on one shoulder? That's the spirit, that's the flesh. They're warring against each other. You feel me? One is telling you do the right thing, one telling you do the wrong thing. Keep going.
And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Listen, these are contrary, man, to one another. That you don't do the things that you would normally do. You see what I'm saying? Without these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, do you know we would be beasts just like these other nations?
Right.
Given into just our own lust, whatever we feel like doing. You see what I'm saying? The thing that separates us is that we do have God's law, man.
Right.
We do have a moral compass. It's things that we should do, things we shouldn't do. It's foods we can eat. It's foods we can't eat. You understand? It's certain races of people we can sleep with and marry, and it's certain races of people we cannot.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When we don't have that moral compass and we don't have that, how are we different from anybody else, man?
Right.
We can't be. Keep going.
Verse 18. But if ye led of the spirit, ye are not under the law.
And say, but if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. What does that mean? Somebody break that down. They say, but if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. What?
Basically saying, If you led of the spirit, you willingly do it. Make those decisions to follow the Most High laws instead of you choosing. Oh, that's the law. That's the only reason I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's innate in you. Like they say, the scripture say it's written on your heart. So it's like you do it all. Like you just constantly do it. I don't.
Okay, I see you going. Go ahead, Karan.
If you following the laws, which is, the spirit of the Most High, then you won't have to deal with the penalties that the law
There you go.
that you would have to if you wouldn't be under the law. Like you're only under the law when you're not.
When you're what?
When you're not following the law, you have to deal with what the law brings,
Gone.
which is you judgment.
Gone. And what you're saying is absolutely correct. So they say, but if you be led of the spirit, you're not under the law. To be under the law means, what does the law bring?
Judgment.
Another word.
Curses.
Punishment. You understand? When you're under the law, you're under that punishment. You understand? So when you break the law, now there's a punishment that's attached to you breaking that law. When you walk in the spirit, or when you walking in the truth, you ain't breaking no law. It's like you're not under the law. And what's another word? Like in Esau's kingdom, what would he call it when you break the law?
You break the law.
You're under what?
Jurisdiction.
You're under what?
The law.
You're under arrest.
Under arrest. Yeah.
Yeah, when you break the law, you're under arrest now. You see what I'm saying? Because you now got to face the penalties of breaking that law. But if you ain't breaking the law, you're not under arrest. You see what I'm saying? It's the same way here in the scriptures, man. Like when you're being led of the spirit, you're not under that law because none of the punishments apply to you because you're walking in the spirit. That's the difference between being under the law and being in the truth. You understand? And that's what and that's what that means, man. But this is the only way that we can come out of this lust-filled, you understand, unnatural desires from this world, from this kingdom, is to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
Is to understand that the Most High requires certain things of us and to have a moral compass. You have to have integrity. Like, listen, you can't be in the truth without integrity.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you a brother or a sister that's willing to compromise over every little thing, you see what I'm saying? How can you be in the truth? How can you be in the truth? You see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be given into your lust, and the Lord will allow you to be given into your lust. You understand?
Come.
Drop that. Let me get 1 Corinthians 6:18.
First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
All right, now read that from the top again.
Kanawakan. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. Flee fornication.
They say flee fornication. What is fornication? What's the definition of fornication? A lot of times people hear it, but what does it actually mean? Y'all can look it up real quick. You got it?
Yeah.
What?
Fornication is well, there's two types of fornication. Well, I would just say. So fornication is like there's laws like not sleeping with an animal, not a woman, not sleeping with another man if you're married.
Mm-hmm.
I think a man sleeping with another man's woman.
Mm-hmm.
They all like embody fornication, and then also like on
So all those
like
things.
worshiping another god.
So all of those things wrapped up. What are those things called?
Adultery.
It's adultery, but it's called sexual immorality.
Oh, God.
You see what I'm saying? Sexual immorality is fornication. You understand? Like, It's unrighteous desire, unrighteous acts. You understand? That's being committed. You understand? Like so, like you were saying, it's a law against a man or a woman laying with an animal. You understand? That's fornicating. Right. If you're laying with another man's wife, you are fornicating, then committing adultery. If you're a woman laying with any man under your husband, outside of your husband, you're an adulterer. And that's fornication. If you're a man lying with another man, that is fornication. You understand? Woman lying with woman, that's fornication. You understand? Sexual immorality. Read that from the beginning.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. Flee fornication.
It's a flee fornication, man. Run away from it, man. You understand? Like, don't stand there. Don't stand there and be one of them people like, I can be around it. You say, I'm not doing that. Right. You see it. You see females all the time, two of them get taken home from the club. You feel me? And one act like she ain't did nothing. The other one was in there getting it, and she was sitting on the couch like nothing happened. You feel me? The scriptures say flee fornication. You understand? Right. Keep going.
Every sin that a man doeth is without the body.
What does that mean? Every sin that a man doeth is without his body. What does that mean? Anybody online want to take that? Anybody else? Anybody online want to answer?
We got Arnez, sir. We have Janine. We have.
Hey, shalom, Akim and Akwath, everybody in the chat. What does it mean when they say every sin that a man doeth is without the body? What does that mean?
That like you committed this sin when you decided, when it was in your mind.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So,
there you go. Yeah, that sin was committed in your mind before your body even did anything. You understand? Like, your body is only doing what your mind told it to do. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
But he that committed fornication sinneth against his own body.
That's how it happens. That sin is committed in your mind first, you understand? And then you take that, you take that sin, and then you apply it, and now you sin against your own body, man. Right. You sin against your own body.
Okay.
You understand? Like, that's what we got to realize, man. Everything starts here first. Everything starts in your mind. You understand? What's going on?
Okay.
You to what?
The numbers just jumped like crazy to like 15 people.
Yeah, like, listen, that fornication, that lust, it starts in your mind first, and then your mind tells your body what to do.
Right. You
see what I'm saying? You sin against your own body. You take two men. That act and that thought happened in their mind first. Now they go sin against their body, and there's punishments for that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's all types of diseases as punishments for that. You feel me?
God.
It's all kind of damage that's done. That happens in your mind because your mind told your body to do that. You feel me? That was it on that, right?
Come on, sir.
Let me get 1 Peter 2:11.
Come on. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against your soul.
Yeah, abstain from that stuff, man. Like, don't put yourself in an environment where you constantly challenging your spirit, Like, for instance, like, why would you be in the strip club?
Right.
When there's nothing but whoredom going on, there's nothing but whoremongering going on. Why would you then therefore go and subject yourself to being in a strip club? You feel me?
Right.
Because that fleshly lust is going to war against your spirit, man. You see what I'm saying? A lot of brothers feel like, hey, I can do this and I'm strong and not this, that, and the third. You're lying to yourself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're lying to yourself. That's like a lot of brothers feel like they can go around and, you know, I can chill all my homies, man. They smoke weed, it don't bother me. They smoking weed all day long. You in the car with them, it don't bother me. You feel me? All you're doing is setting that snare for yourself.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? All you're doing is setting that snare for yourself. All it is a temptation. And that fleshly lust is going to war continuously with your spirit. Until guess what? You give in. Until you give in. Then you ain't got to war no more. You see what I'm saying? You just lose. You understand? Let me get
Right.
go ahead.
Like with the brand out is man heavy. Because when you think about the Christian church and they come to us sinning and fighting that war, and you said like that last word you said is like, yo, you just lose. They'll tell you straight up, what is it? Can't nobody be perfect. Our sins is like a filthy rag or something like that. We all fall short of the glory of God. So it's like, yo, they want you to lose. And it's like, yo, they inviting you to lose. You say, yo, I can't keep this. They be like, oh, it's okay, because we all fall short of the glory of God. So it's okay that you lose to this sin. To this war that the scriptures is literally illustrating there's a war going on. And it's cool for you to just lose.
But in the Christian church, though, like in the Christian church, how can you win?
Right.
How can you win? Like the Christian church is already defeated from their inception. You see what I'm saying? So because they're defeated, how can you come in with an attitude to win?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're going to shun you. The Christian church, if you start talking about keeping laws and all that, you know, hey, you start pointing out, hey, the Bible say this, but we do this. Now you're holier than that.
Right.
You know, you damn near get a scarlet letter on you. It's being rebellious.
Right.
Because you will not allow yourself to fall into the same sin as them. But if you continuously put yourself in that environment and you warn against your spirit, that's what's going to happen. You will lose.
Right.
You will lose, man. That's why it's so important. It's like, I'm not saying you can't go around. You can go around whoever you want to. You feel me? You go around your dudes that you know and stuff like that. But you got to be wise out.
Right.
You got to be wise. You can't go around there doing the things and you know, being in places where you used to be because that was a snare for you back then. You don't think it's going to be a snare for you now? Go ahead.
Like I won't say, but like when you start keeping the laws, that destroy all that anyway. Like most friendships, most all that people you hang around, you don't do the same stuff no more. So
Yeah.
like that, it basically defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, that is what happened. Like people think that you distance yourself from them.
Right.
People distance themselves from you.
Right.
Because they don't want to be around you and you live in a certain lifestyle.
Right.
And they're not living that lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? That's what truly happens. You see what I'm saying? But this is for when you trying to fit in.
Right.
You trying to fit in and you trying to go back to your old ways as if it won't affect you. You feel me? Your spirit is going to war against your flesh, and your flesh is going to war against your spirit. And the Lord will give you over to your fleshly desires. You understand? He'll give you over to it. Let me get hold on 1 second. Any questions, any comments in the chat?
Live, sir. Let's keep checking in.
Is Zaramon checked in? That's it, sir.
Hey, shalom, sis. Let me get John 8:44. Baba Kashah.
Come on. John 8, John 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
Mm-hmm.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
And this is Christ speaking right now, right? And Christ is speaking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He's speaking to Israel. It's a year of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. You understand? Like when it comes to like we read the scripture earlier, like the lust of this world, you understand, that's not the ways of the Most High.
Right.
When it comes to this world, man, the riches that they dangle in front of our face, the house on the hills, the nice cars and stuff like that that they put in front of our face, stop lusting after that stuff, man. Stop lusting after that stuff, because all they're using it for is to compromise you. You see what I'm saying? Look at all so-called celebrities. Well, they are celebrities, but you understand, like they celebrities to people outside of here.
Right.
You understand? Look at Jay-Z. Like I look at Jay-Z as a prime example, because when it comes to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, Jay-Z got this affect like we under him.
Right.
We under him, huh? You see what I'm saying? But he get around them devils. And it's a whole new him. It's a whole new him. I don't know if y'all seen the other night with Commander General Yohana. He brought out the video where Jay-Z was doing some kind of ceremonial thing with this white devil, and it was some kind of witchcraft. Did y'all see that the other night? Her name is let me see. Let me see that name real quick.
Like you said that Jay-Z
Come.
did the witchcraft or the
this lady is like a witch.
Oh, the light-skinned lady.
No, the white lady.
Was she looked real, I know what you're talking about. She's in the pictures with everybody.
Yeah, did you see the pictures with Jay-Z in there with her?
I seen a couple of pictures. Everybody's wondering who is she.
God, she's like a famous witch lady. You feel me? Jay-Z on his knees and she above him. Yeah, I wish I could pull it up. Her name is Maria Abramovich. See. He dancing with her. Look at that one where he on his knees. And she's standing over top and down to the right. Can you put that on the screen? Yeah, this is some kind of ritual, that they do, these witches and stuff like that. And Jay-Z, he when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, like he got this kind of aura with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, almost like he too good for us. You see what I'm saying? But when he gets around these devils out, look at him. He's kneeling to her. He's in submission to her. You see what I'm saying? Like I ain't know nothing about this. The Commander General brought her up. I never heard of her. She's some kind of witch lady. You got the other pictures on there too? Yeah, it was some crazy ceremony where he was dancing and all that, God. Yeah, you can see the pictures of it, man. Like, go back to that scripture real quick if I could.
John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil.
It's a year of your father the devil, man. This is what you're seeing right here. Jay-Z is a billionaire who black people look up to, who black people try to aspire to be. You see what I'm saying? and he's fully submitting to this white woman. You understand? This witch, and guess what he do? He brings her culture to who?
To us.
He brings her culture to us, man. You understand? Whether it's in the music, like I thought it was so heavy when Commander Nahana brought out, like, you know, when did black people start drinking champagne and all that nonsense, man?
Right.
That's not our culture. That's the culture of this devil, man. You know, our sisters on the beach in bikinis and stuff like that, drinking Moet and stuff like that. That wasn't our lifestyle. That wasn't our culture. That's the culture of these people.
Right.
You know, when they go on their little excursions with these little kids and stuff, this is how they live. The next thing you know, Jay-Z got Big Pimpin'. He got Big Pimpin'. They partying on yachts and stuff like that. That was never our culture.
Right.
So he's bringing their culture to us. You understand? Read that scripture again.
John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
Ye of your father, the devil. Go ahead.
And the lust of your father you will do.
And the lust of your father you will do. That's what you see Jay-Z got going on. But it's not only Jay-Z. It's a lot of these celebrities. It's a lot of these politicians. It's a lot of these Christian pastors, man. You understand? The lust of their father they will do. Go ahead, keep going.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a murderer from the beginning. You want to know why so much crime and so much killing or unaliving in the black community? Because we're being taught that. It said he was a murderer from the beginning. We're being taught the culture of our oppressor, man.
Right.
That's not a black man culture to take each other's life, man. That's the culture of our oppressor. Keep going.
And abode not in the truth.
And say, and abode not in the truth. You never nowhere near the truth. Go ahead.
Right. Because there is no truth in him.
And this is the heavy part, because there is no truth in him, man.
Right.
When you look at these entertainers, these rappers and these movie stars, these politicians and stuff like that, realize there is no truth in them, man.
Right.
We think, because we have endowed on certain levels. We think that they smart. We think they're intelligent. We think they're hard workers. We think that they're just so resourceful. You see what I'm saying? All in all, they didn't compromise themselves. They didn't compromise themselves with these devils out because of the lust of the flesh. You see what I'm saying? And then they bring their culture into the hood, man. And guess what you see? You see nothing but your Nicki Minaj's who teach girls to be whores.
Right.
To teach black girls to be whores, and then goes and talks about them afterwards. You feel me?
Right.
Megan Thee Stallion teaching girls to have a hot summer and catch all type of venereal diseases. You see what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden she wants to be in a relationship, a committed relationship.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? After they didn't turn the outdoors into whores.
Right.
Keep going.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it.
That's the truth of it, man. That's the truth of it, man. We start acting like our daddy, the so-called white man, when the lust of the flesh consumes us, man. You see what I'm saying? As a black man, we have a moral compass, man. We are a holy people. We should not be doing the things that these oppressors do, man.
Right.
We don't party like them. You see what I'm saying? What does their parties consist of? Good.
Like little kids.
Yeah, little kids. You understand? Lots of drugs.
Right.
The drugs have to be there. You see what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't need no drugs to have fun.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We get a little drink or something like that, and we well about. You don't need drinks in child trafficking to enjoy yourself.
Right.
Keep going. Was that it on that?
Count on that verse.
Let me get Titus chapter 2 and 12.
Titus chapter 2, verse 12. Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we shall live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world.
Start in verse 11 for me, bro. For sure.
Kind of one concept. Titus chapter 2, verse 11. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men.
All men meaning Israelites. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 12. Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we shall live soberly, righteously, and godly in the present world.
It is. It's like the Most High is teaching us that when you deny ungodliness and these worldly lusts, we got to live sober, man. What the sober? When the Lord say we got to live sober, is that saying that we can't have a drink?
Wow.
That's not what that's saying. When they say we got to live sober, what does that mean? Good.
Like without any influence of the world, for real. Like when you sober, you ain't indulged in anything. You know what I'm saying? Anything in you.
So you're what headed?
Say it again.
So you're what headed? You're clear headed. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, clear.
Being sober means that you have a clear mind, a clear conscience.
Calm.
You can't have that when you compromise yourself, man.
Right.
You can't have that when you do all type of ungodliness and worldly things. You understand? They say we should live soberly with a clear mind, righteously, meaning we're keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
And godly. You understand? We got a moral compass, man.
Right.
It say in this present world. Listen, and all the things that's going on in this earth, you feel me? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't have an excuse to be like these other nations, man. The Lord is calling us to be righteous, to be godly, you understand, and do the things that He's taught us to do, man. You understand? We can't make excuses for certain things when we clearly see that when you try to live the lifestyle of this oppressor, you are hated by them and God.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're going to hate you regardless. At the end of the day, I'd rather for the Lord to be on my side. You see what I'm saying? Like, people think that they'd rather take that bag, that $5 million, that $10 million bag. They think that they're going to be happy when they get that money, man, not knowing what comes with it. You see what I'm saying? I would rather be poor, broke, and with my brothers in the hood before I got to compromise myself.
Right.
To have a couple of dollars around them.
Right.
Because guess what? You're going to run out of that money. And guess what you're going to have to do to get some more? You're going to have to do something 10 times worse than the first thing you did.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like as a man, I don't see how you can compromise yourself in certain ways and then still get up here and act like you're a man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You should fade away. Good.
I was gonna say, sir, when I was thinking about you saying live soberly, right? Like you read out the Bible. I was thinking like you said, keeping a clear mind, right?
Come.
It kind of make it hard when you in the truth, and you could help a brother by saying something, like showing them something, putting them on. But because you know that you be doing all types of crazy stuff,
Yeah,
you hesitate to even say something to him because like I know what he got to do is wrong. I can say something to help him, but like I'm trapping too a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
It's like you are less likely to say something to somebody because you the conviction to get on anything. But I'm saying you just like less likely to say something to somebody. So that is a part of like when I think about that, I think of like keeping a clear mind, being sober,
yeah.
so you can even be able to help the next brother. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And what you're saying is heavy. That's why we paraphrased the scripture earlier in Isaiah when they talk about the leaders being dumb doves that can't bark.
Right.
They can't talk. God.
Right.
They can't, man, shut your mouth. I wish you would say something on this issue.
Right. Calm down.
I wish you would come out here and make a public statement about what I'm doing to your people. I wish you would.
Right.
When I know what you done.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't think they got that over them?
Calm.
You see what I'm saying? When the last time you heard from Usher? Usher was all over there kissing men, kissing other men, women. He over there grinding on women and shit. You see what I'm saying? They start talking about these files and all this stuff coming out. Where he at?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Where is he at? Where are a lot of them?
Right.
Like Gentleman Hyman brought out a great point out. Hip hop used to be revolutionary in the sense that this is how we rebelled against them. The music we put out was rebellious
Right.
to what they had going on. What rebellious rap do you hear now? What brother do you hear is rebelling against Donald Trump?
Right.
Against these ICE agents? You understand? You don't hear no rap out here that's rebelling against what our current political state. You know why? All of them compromised that.
Right.
All of them did a little something strange for some change. You feel me? Go ahead.
Real quick, like when country was out, right? And all these other genres of music, like now that rap is out, and like that Esau got really his fingers really embedded in our music, our genre, like our music industry we created.
Uh-huh.
Like now, that being a rapper is like the most evilest. You know what I'm saying? With like everything that's coming on, it has a image of like evil, devil worshiper. Like you don't think about this when you think of country. You know what I'm saying? Because of what Esau has did to what we created. You know what I'm saying?
Come. And the case is because he's compromised a lot of our music has been compromised to the point where as though it's only meant to bring destruction to our people.
Right.
That's why I bring up the Nicki Minaj's and how she blew up. She's not even an Israelite now.
Right.
She is a heathen. Nicki Minaj is a heathen, and she teaching our daughters to be whores.
Right.
She teaching our daughters to be whores. She's done it for many years. She's made millions upon millions upon millions of dollars off of black people. You understand? And now all of a sudden she talked down on black people like she's so much better than us. You see what I'm saying? Like this is what happens, huh? This is what happens. Any more on that? Okay, let me get Romans 1:26, Bubba Kashaw.
Romans chapter 1, verse 26. For this cause God gave them up until vile affections. For even their woman.
It's like start at verse 25 for me, Bubba Kashaw.
Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie, man? You understand? Like we got to realize, like the things that we lust after, they all lies, man. Ain't none of them what it seems.
Right.
It say who changed the truth of God into a lie. Go ahead.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator. We serve the so-called white man.
Right.
In his culture, in his customs.
Right.
We serve him, and it's like he's the creation. We say the hell with the creator, and we serve the creation, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Who is blessed forever. You understand? Esau ain't blessed forever.
Right.
You understand? They doing that things now, but listen. Tomorrow's right around the corner. Right. You feel me? Keep going.
Verse 26. For this cause God gave them unto a vile affections. For even their woman did change the natural use into which is against nature.
And say, for this cause God gave them up into vile affections, man. For even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature. You understand? This is talking about women lying with women. Right. You see what I'm saying? The Lord gave them up into vile affections, man. You want to be like them? You want to be like them so bad that you lust and desire that lifestyle so bad. I'm gonna give you up to vile affections now. You feel me? Right. I'm gonna give you up to vile affections. Keep going.
Come. Verse 27. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the women.
It say for the men, leaving the natural use of a woman.
Right.
For a man, what is the natural use of a woman? You understand? Laying with her.
Right.
Them two laying down. The man leaving the natural use of the woman. Go ahead.
Burn in their lust one towards another.
Burn in their lust one toward another. Go ahead.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
Listen, this is absolutely disgusting now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is men giving into their lust with other men. I don't know if y'all ever see that guy. He was the sniper, black guy. He talks about it. He's on YouTube. Nick Irvin. I just recently, like we know this thing because of Roman history.
Right.
How like they didn't look at women in a pleasurable way.
Right.
They looked at women in a reproductive way.
Right.
But they looked at the other men for pleasure.
Right.
We know that because of Roman and Greek culture. That's what they did. You see what I'm saying? Them soldiers were sleeping. They were lovers, and they slept with each other because they felt like they would fight harder for their lover than their brother.
Right.
So that's their culture. I recently heard Nick Irvin. He had he said this is the United States military. He said he goes. They over in Afghanistan or something. He said he goes into this tent. He said he walked into this tent because that's where he thought the Gatorades and little snacks for him be at. He said he walked in, he seen about 20 dudes. He said, and they wasn't wrestling, but they was doing some ungodly things out. You see what I'm saying? They're doing what they're doing what that scripture just said. Read that scripture again.
And likewise, Romans chapter 1, verse 27. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burned in their lust one towards another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly.
They say men with men working that which is unseemly, man. Like we gotta realize the lust, the lust of this world out. If we're gonna chase that, if we're gonna have the temptation of this world is going to catch us in a snare, man. It's going to catch us in a trap.
Right.
And that's what you're seeing all across, man. That's what you're seeing all across the neighborhoods in Black, Hispanic, and Native American neighborhoods, man. They're presenting their culture in their lust to our kids. You understand? To our men, to our women. And next thing you know, we end up going into their culture and doing the things that they do, even more than them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? There was a time, even when when I say this, like the older heads when I was growing up used to always say that back in my day. You see what I'm saying? I can understand it now. Because even when I was younger, it was not normal for you to see a group of young dudes walking down the street and all of them got alternative lifestyles.
Right.
That was not normal. You may see one or two kids, like something ain't right with shorty. You see what I'm saying? But these dudes is like football players, basketball players. Right. They walking down the street. They can clearly get any woman they want, but they don't want the women.
Right.
They want each other. That was not normal in our communities, huh? But here it is, their culture came in, and now we chase after their lust.
Right.
And the Lord said he's going to give us up to vile affections. Those vile affections are all the diseases that you see running rampant. You understand? The HIV, the AIDS, all types of diseases that you never even heard of. You see what I'm saying? As Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man, we got to come out of that.
Right.
That lust, that lust that, when you're looking at that woman, or as a woman, you're looking at that man. Here in the UPK, we got a protocol, man. You see what I'm saying? That sister, when she coming to the truth, or that brother coming to the truth, they're off limits for 6 months. Then there's another 6 months for you to court them. That's only if you have permission to court them.
Right.
That's for a reason. You need to go and get them papers, see what's what. Because here's the thing, the lust in you You gonna go lay with that woman, and then that woman gonna go lay with that man, and y'all gonna have something that you can't get rid of. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens. So that's why we have a culture, man. Like that lust demon is powerful. But the thing is, the only way you can fight it is walking in this truth, man. You got to walk in this truth, man. You know what the Lord requires of you. Just do it.
Right.
Don't be under the law. Be in the spirit. Be in the truth. You see what I'm saying?
God.
Let me get read 28 for me, verse 28, brother, for sure.
Romans chapter 1, verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
Yeah, even they ain't want to listen. They didn't want to retain God in their knowledge. That's one of the ones where you so far gone, you only want to hear the name of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? You done did so many things. You not only can you not look yourself in the face, you want me to turn to the Lord now?
Right.
You want me to go to God knowing what I just did. You see what I'm saying? They say the Lord gave him over to a reprobate mind, man, to do those things which are not convenient, man. Like, we don't realize that if you don't fight against your fleshly lust, that lust will pull you out the truth. That lust will destroy you out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That lust will destroy you to the point you won't even recognize yourself in about 6 months. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see where you at right now, and the Lord gave you a reprobate mind, man. And you not thinking sober no more. In 6 months, you won't recognize yourself.
Right.
You understand? And then you ain't gonna want to hear nothing about the truth. You ain't gonna hear nobody talking about keeping law, statutes, commandments when you know you're out here doing X, Lord knows what. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that desire to serve your flesh, you gotta fight against it by serving the Lord, man, and keeping these law, statutes, commandments. Let me get one more. Let me get Romans chapter 8 and 5 up for sure.
Romans chapter 8, verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
And that's so heavy, man. When you in the world, you chasing whatever it is you chasing. You see what I'm saying? If you chasing hoes, you chasing them. I mean, if you chasing riches, you chasing it. You can't see nothing else. You're blinded by it. You feel me? But you come into this truth and you chase righteousness, man. You chase these law, statutes, and commandments, and you put it in your spirit like it ain't nobody business. You feel me? And you'll realize the person that you used to be, you don't even recognize that person no more, man. Right. Because now when you chasing righteousness, you chasing the spirit. You see what I'm saying? You yearning to keep these law, statutes, and commandments and learn more about them. You see what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, you go out there, man, and you start whatever your lust is. You get a reprobate mind, and you're the Lord give you over to it. You're gonna chase that, man. Right. You're gonna be given over to whatever it is. A lot of people like to say they don't want to be under no authority. The scriptures say you are a slave to whomever you present yourself to, whether in righteousness or unrighteousness. You understand? We got to learn to fight that lust demon, man, because the lust is only serving your flesh. You understand? And with that, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. If it's not under Commanding General Yohana, it is not the truth. You understand? We've been bringing this out since 1969, that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And at this time, we're going to call upon Officer Gana for a reading of the security announcement. Shalom, Baltimore.
These are the security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shut themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced Mayashua. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, which is a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, it's a lot. Up and coming holy convocation is the feast. What is it?
March 2nd and March 3rd.
It's the Feast of Purim, which is March 2nd and March 3rd. Also, the 57th annual Passover going down in Houston. Make sure you pay your Passover fees, $200 per person over the ages of, what's the age of the 18. So please make sure you pay your Passover fees. Remind Akim and our Wapnim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, or scarves. And with that, in the Israel, Maizim, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. In the Israel, Maizim Shabbat, Maizim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatah.
Yazbatah, class dismissed.
Oh,
yeah, Salakia. So, which means turn to the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Maizim Shabbat, Maizim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alabam Ba'asim Yahushua. Yazbatah, class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yohana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.